Let's look at this question here. So we have Geraldine bought 3 items from Dregs, the baker's shop. We have this bill on the side, so we want to find the total cost. So let's take a look. So at first, she has a cake, which is £6.87. Then she has some eclairs, which cost her £2.46. And then she has apple pie, which costs £1.89. Now we want the total cost here. So what we're going to do is we're going to add these up. And again, we can do this on our calculators. Okay, so I'm going to add these up. So I have my £6.87 plus my £2.46 plus my £1.89. So in total, I have £11.22. So we have £11.22 is the total cost of her bill. So now part B says Geraldine handed over 1 £10 note and a £2 coin. How much change did she receive? So what she's passing over to the cashier is 1 £10 note and a £2 coin. So we know in total that's going to be £12. So she's giving £12. What would the change be? So to get the change, we know she's passed over £12 and it cost £11.22. So we have to find the difference. We have to subtract. So again, on our calculators, we will go 12 minus £11.22, and we will get 0.78. So what this tells us in pounds and pence, that she's going to get 78p back in change. Now I'm going to throw another question in there. So if she's getting 78p, and let's say you're the cashier, what change would you give her? So what coins would you give her? Pause the video, press play when you're ready. So one example of coins that I could give, if I was the cashier, I could give her a 50p coin, and then I can give her a 20p coin, so that makes 70. I can give a 5p coin, and then I can give a 2p, so we're at 75, 76, 77, and I'll give a 1p coin. So there we go, 78p. So those are the coins that I could give her in change. Here's another question for us to look at. We want to figure out the change that is left from £20 if we purchased this at a shop. So let's look at this question here because there's a lot of information. So when we're looking here, we have 3 kilograms of onions at 95p per kilogram. So what this tells me is that for every kilogram, I'm going to pay 95p. So for every kilogram I have, it costs 95p. So to do this here, instead of doing 95 and adding it together 3 times, okay, so we can do this. We can do 95p plus 95p plus 95p, and we can add those up, right? And when we do that, we can go 0.95 plus 0.5 plus 0.95, and we're going to get £2.85, so £2.85. But there's a quicker way to do that. So have a little think. What's a quicker way to figure out 3 lots of 95p? Well, another way to do it is I can go, well, 3 lots of 95p. And when I do that, I'm going to get £2.85. 3 times £2.85. So let's check this in our calculators. So we're going to go 3 times 0.95, and we get £2.85. So it works. Okay, so this is what we paid for the onions. So far we have the onions. We know we're paying £2.85. And then we are going to purchase some leeks. So then we have leeks. And last we're going to have celery. So let's work out the cost of the leeks. So here it says 2 kilograms of leeks, right, is what we want to buy at it's going to be £2.35 per kilogram. So here I have 2 kilograms of leeks, and we want to multiply that by £2.35 for every kilogram. So for every kilogram, we're going to pay £2.35. So let's do this in our calculator. So we're putting this in. So we're going to 2 times, it was £2.35, £2.35, and we get 4.7. So think about this, 4.7. What is that? Well, we have to know 4.7 is going to be £4.70. That's £4.70. Oops, let's rub this out. So £4.70. So I'm going to pay £4.70 for my leeks. Now we need to work out the celery. So we're going to only buy half a kilogram of celery, but it costs £2.86 per kilogram. So how am I going to do this? Well, we could do a half, or we know a half is the same as 0.5. So this is going to really help us. A half is the same as 0.5. So we're going to go 0.5 times £2.86. So let's check this in our calculator, what this is. So often we're going to go 0.5 times £2.86, and we are going to get 1.43. So that will cost me £1.43. So my celery will only cost that, £1.43. Now before we find the total, what we're going to do here is let's just see if we put in a half. So instead of 0.5, let's put in a half. So 1/2 times £2.86. We should be getting £1.43, and we do. So half and 0.5 are going to give us the same. Okay, so back to our question. So here we want to work out our total amount we spent. So let's look at this. We've paid for our onions, or we figured out our onions cost £2.85, our leeks cost £4.70, and our celery cost £1.43. And again with our calculators, let's work out this total. We're going to add this all up. So with my calculator, I'm going to add this up. So I'm going to go 2.85 plus 4.70 plus 1.43. Add up all that together and we get £8.98. So we're going to get £8.98. That is what it's going to cost me to buy all of this. Now, the question, if we go back to the question here, it said, what is the change left over if I paid £20 for this? So we want to know the change. So we're going to pay £20 and it cost us £8.98. So when we type that in the calculator, so 20 minus 8.98, and we should be getting £11 and 2 pence back. That's how much money we should be getting back. Now, one thing to keep in mind, that I've done a lot of working out on this board because I was doing the explanation. However, when you're working it out, it would be useful when we're doing this section here. So you do it section by section. So we did the onions. So we figured out the cost of the onions. We figured out the cost of the leeks. We figured out the cost of the celery. Added it all together. And then figured out the change. Now it looks like a lot again because I wrote the question down. So try your best with this. You may wish to replay this video again, just to help you get your head around it.